Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We are on episode 4. What y'all don't know is it's been like a month between
It's
episodes.
been 2 weeks.
It's been 3 months.
Oh, okay.
One of the weeks, I had to go watch the movie Sinners. If you ain't seen it, go see it. By this time, should have definitely seen the movie. But I'm an English professor, so I was like looking in it real deep. There was a special viewing that Monday, and then the regular movie came out that Friday. I saw it both that Monday and that Saturday. Not the
She
point,
said
but
the metaphors was metaphoring.
and they were the metaphors were metaphoring exactly. So I got into a 20-minute conversation with a friend of the Cule. We were at Volcano Bay talking about it in the water, and like the other two people are like, y'all still talking about it? Yes.
Okay, I can't remember. I was telling somebody about it. Um, about I need to go see it. And I said, but I am sure that I'm gonna get a different um perspective than my daughter. And they're
Mhm.
like, why? What are you saying? I said, because when she watches, she's be like metaphors and the backdrop there. I said, and I'm just like watching it with dumb eyes, and she's like reading into it. I
Listen,
said, I ain't gonna get no metaphors.
no, my you can't help, but I mean, like maybe you can't, but like I went and saw it with my homeboy and Donna.
Okay.
And so like he was like, I ain't come here to think. I just want to watch a movie. And I was like, bro, really? So
Come
like
here
he
to sing.
huh?
To sing.
He said he didn't come in there to think. He just wanted to watch the
Oh,
movie.
yes.
Yeah. So like he liked it. He ain't like think of nothing or whatever. But on my side of TikTok, we've been breaking it down. Like, and then they released like a Spotify playlist
Mm-hmm.
where it has like newspaper clippings that go to the movie.
Like in real life newspaper clippings.
No, my they made the newspaper clippings for the
Oh,
movie.
you know what? I'm
So
just like, is
it's
it
it tells like basically it gives background information about like the main people in the movie.
right?
So yeah. So but it's good. So
So
yeah.
answer this for me. I already know what. Hold on. I know you can't see me, but I got like a drop. You know how I have one drop of water on my glasses that is disturbing me. Hold on.
Oh.
Okay. All right. So you know what we spoke about Haley about.
Uh-huh.
Do they have like a backstory for her?
Yes. But not
Okay.
on the Spotify playlist. You hear pretty much all of that in the movie, but you also understand, oh, I don't want to ruin the metaphor, but you also understand
They
that
ain't gonna get it.
you will because
Okay.
it shows how, I want to say this as neutrally as possible, but it
Okay.
shows how some people will allow someone to be a Trojan horse into the culture in a way that will bring down the entire establishment,
That will bring it down or bring it up.
bring it down.
And what and you okay, so because I don't understand the metaphors. So
Man,
what
that's I can't tell you no more without telling you the
okay,
movie.
no, that's not what I'm saying. When you say Trojan horse, what do you mean by that?
So Trojan horse, so like let's go back to like Troy. So basically what happened is like a Trojan horse means this thing looks like it's just a gift or
It's
it's just
nothing, yes.
it's nothing, but once it gets inside, it creates havoc.
Oh, okay. All right. I
Yeah.
get that.
So
I
like
get
back in the day, like that's what happened. Like there was a horse that fighters, I want to say it was ancient Rome. Where's Troy? Anyway, that's not the point. And then like they just saw this horse there and they thought it was like a gift that was
right.
being
And it
placed.
was wasn't it like soldiers inside of it?
Exactly, it was filled with soldiers, right? And that was the downfall and the crumpling. So like that's kind of the same energy here. Yeah. So
Okay, so I have a question. So
mhm.
is it because of what that person looked like that they were able to come in and break it down?
Yes and no. So like she grew up around the black people, but
Right.
one of the twins used to date her.
Did she not know that she was?
She knew her grandfather was half black.
Okay. All right.
but a lot of her family passed as white,
Okay.
right? And so whenever she was talking, dating the twin, he left her without saying goodbye so that she would have an opportunity to go ahead and marry a white
A
guy.
white guy. Oh
So
yeah.
she had to move over to Arkansas there in Mississippi for her to marry this white guy. And she was like, I never wanted to be white. I just wanted to be with you. But
Okay.
throughout their interaction, you can see how she has access to the culture because she
Okay.
was our black family, or at
Right.
least black community. But at the same time, you can also tell how there's an air of I can walk between both worlds and I'm going to use that to my advantage.
Yes.
And that's also how she aids in taking down.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah.
Get it. Got it. Okay.
All
I
right.
mean, because you see that, you see stuff like that a lot.
And that's why the metaphors are metaphoring, right? Especially when like there's a lot of black guys who like, oh, I have a preference for this type
Yes.
of light skin,
Woman.
exactly what Haley is. And so like you can definitely see that dynamic. So there's also a scene where one of the guys disrespects, and I don't know if people are going to pick up on it, but he disrespects the black woman in the scene in relationship to talking to Haley,
Okay.
and which gives her the opportunity to feel comfortable doing the same thing. And
Oh.
it's a slight that like if you not up to game, you're not probably gonna like pick up on. But if you are, you be like, oh wow, that's just how like it's definitely when I tell you like Ryan Coogler's brain is beautifully on display in this movie. Like the layers are it's giving Jordan Peele, but in different ways. So like,
In a nicer, in a not nicer, but in a, I
oh, this is
mean,
still a horror movie.
huh?
This is still a horror movie.
I know it is, but is it like the same way of a horror movie, like where it's
There's levels to the horror. I mean, because
okay?
vampirism or vampires are the metaphor for capitalism and consumerism.
Oh my God.
I know, my see that's why, but it is. I can't take that away from them, ma.
You can't
I
undo
can't
that.
unmetaphorical that situation, but you get
Unmetaphor.
it,
Is that a
and it
word? Unmetaphorical?
it's not a word. It's not a word, but I can't undo it. I'm black. I'm just creating this word, but you knew exactly what it meant when I said it. I can't desymbolize. But it's the whole movie is a metaphor of like how black capitalism is not gonna save black people.
Ooh.
So yeah,
Ooh.
I'm telling you, my there's
What?
layers.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna be like, nah, it was just a vampire movie, and you're gonna be
It's not
like, and you're
because
gonna be like, here we go again.
so Ryan already thought about you, ma, because the way he has it set up is that to me, I feel, and this is why me and the friend of the Cule was like,
Yes.
I don't feel like he said that clearly. I feel like he said it extremely clearly, like what a lot of the metaphors were and how they were
Okay.
working together. Now,
Okay.
the friend of the Cule was like, I feel like if it's not explicitly said in the movie, I'm not gonna go hunt down for it. And I'm like, bro, where's your curiosity though? So
Oh
like
my goodness.
he didn't have enough curiosity, but like for some people who are coming into the movie expecting everything to be laid out, is there.
It's there.
Is there. And this is actually going to take me into the topic. So we're talking about paranormal on our property.
Yes.
But like, so in the movie, there is a scene where the Choctaw natives are chasing the main vampire.
Okay.
And they look in they get him because we always see is this like white guy fall from seemingly the sky and he's on
Right.
fire. And so
Okay.
he stops in the middle of nowhere at this white couple's house. And he's like, engines are following me. And they're like, they ain't been no Choctaw around here for years. And so there is a newspaper clipping that talks about how the Choctaw will run out and run to Texas,
Yes.
run out west. They're in Mississippi. So these vampire hunters have literally chased this man from Texas to Mississippi. And so when they go to knock on the door, they're like, "Hey, there, have you seen a person come by here? He's not what he looks like." And we could see the KKK uniform. And the wife answers the door, and she's like, "No, ain't nobody around here. Y'all need to get." And so they're like, "All right." And they're like, "Look, we need to go. It's getting dark. We're not
It's
gonna be
getting dark.
Yeah, we're not gonna
Mm-hmm.
be out here when that happens. And so we don't see them for the rest of the movie, right?
Because they die.
They don't die. They've been hunting vampires for generations.
No, no, that's not what I mean. The people that were in the house was probably hiding him.
Oh, they don't die. Well, they die, but they become vampires also.
Oh,
So they're part of, yeah, yeah. But like I said, there's so many layers to it. But I think that also picks up for the hunting property. So one of the beautiful things about the hunting property, this is gonna go, oh, so sorry, let's introduce ourselves. We didn't even do that part.
all
Hey,
right.
I'm Dee.
And I am Kathy, Ma.
Ma. Okay. Welcome back to PPIC, which is Paranormal Partners in Crime. So we're going to talk about our hunting property. So we have 80 acres out in the Wakasasa. If you are not from the area, you won't even know that there is a place called Wakasasa because you're only going to know Bronson Otter Creek, and the Otter Creek is literally only a flashing light. So like, but Wakasasa is in between. But
Don't be metaphoring about my town.
in between. But like, so when it comes to folklore, a lot of indigenous cultures believe that like the springs were like a portal to the other side. Um,
Also, health. They could heal you.
mhm,
That was a big thing.
yep,
The waters could heal you. Just to get in the waters could heal you. To drink the water could heal you.
yes, and especially with the natural springs. Um, I'm sorry, I'm typing because I want to quote exactly what I was quoting. Let
Okay.
me cite our sources. So there's things that talks about how like certain springs are like grant wishes. They mean that your property is going to be blessed, but for obvious reasons because you have a way to like nurture anything on the land,
Hmm.
animals, plants, portals to the divine. So all of this greatness, right? And so for our family in particular, although we do have indigenous people in our family, um, we did that research and found out, but the indigenous people in our family were not fond of black people. And
Right.
so we didn't inherit any of that culture because of that. But a lot of our land was inherited from the indigenous parts of so our cemetery in Archer, and was Wakasasa also Julia's?
No.
Okay, so it was their land. It was someone's land in that area before it was
Right.
from them and sold to us.
Correct.
We have two cemeteries. The one in Wakasasa is the one we've actually have stories from my grandfather who never saw anything, but he was a witness to this one. So, Mom, I'm gonna go ahead and let you tell the story
Okay. So the man that didn't like anything scary
at all.
at
Not even
all.
a scary movie. Would not.
Nope. It was time for him to leave when a scary movie came on television. So he said that he was like a preteen or right in his teens, and him and his cousin Benjamin was hunting one night, and they get into the cemetery that they've already been told not to go into. But they're out there by themselves. They're not thinking anything of it. And the dogs start to bay up the tree. And baying is whenever a dog catches a scent of an animal and they start barking up the tree to let you know this is where that animal is.
And like for our family, we eat coons, and so we just assume like if they treat it has to be a coon. It's up
It
the
has
tree.
to be a coon. It has to be a coon because most of our hunting was coons. So they
Coons.
said the dogs are baying at the tree. They get a flashlight, they shine it up in the tree, and they see red eyes. And you know what? In my head, I'm thinking, I don't know an animal that has red eyes. So
Sometimes whenever the light hits, it can sometimes. Most of the time you get like that greeny cut
that
that
greeny, yes, that greeny, bluey,
mhm.
sometime yellowy color. So they see the eyes, so they shoot up there. And all of a sudden, they hear a scream, what sounds like a woman. and whatever it is says, "Why did you boys shoot me?" And it said like, "Why did you boys shoot me? I haven't bothered anybody, or I haven't messed with anybody." And all of a sudden, whatever it is slides down the tree and commenced to beating the dogs. My daddy said he ran so fast. Him and Benjamin ran so fast. And mind you, Walker is like what, 3 miles away from the
Mhm.
homestead in Otter Creek.
Mhm.
So these men, these young boys are ran all the way home. When they got
But
home,
also keep in mind, like when we say in the woods, they're in the deep woods. Like
yes,
you can't even just take regular vehicles out there. You need big
right,
trucks, four wheelers, like so they in
yes,
the woods. Yeah.
they are in the woods. And he says while they're running away, they can hear the dog screaming from being beat. So he said when they finally made it home, the dogs were sitting on the front porch. The dogs were sitting on the front porch, and they got home and they would not go out in the woods hunting for a long time.
Mhm.
And what they did is when they did go hunting, they avoided that cemetery forever. Forever. If any dogs went out there, that dog was just left.
And like I don't know if y'all are around hunters, but a lot of times, like let's say the hunters can't find their dogs, and so the next morning you'll literally see dogs like they just had like the what is it, the walk of shame, where they just like trying to come out the woods finding home. And so like that's what I imagine dogs out here having their walk of shame, like ah man, they left us out there. Like yeah. And so and I think this one is really really interesting because your
Well,
son, my brother,
Daddy used to call it a haint.
I
Uh,
Hank. So in the movie, so this is why it picks up because in the movie there's a hoodoo priestess.
uh-huh.
Initially, the vampires have red eyes at
Yes.
night or when they're about to feed, but she calls them a Hank at first too. That's when I was like, when I tell you, Ma, the black came through, and she called them a Hank at first. And then she was
Really?
like, "No," she's like, "Nah, them ain't no Hanks. Those are vampires." And she's like, "And I ain't never seen one, but this is what they told us about them." And so that she was the one who actually figured out, like, okay, they're not Hanks like I thought they were
Spell
because
it. Is it a Hank or
AKA,
Hant or a Hank?
yeah, which is
So
like a spirit, like something has possessed this person. So the Hank is like what is possessing a person.
Hank
Oh,
is in that that could have been a.
my, you're breaking up.
Can you hear me
All
now?
right, now,
Oh,
no, you're still breaking up. My, did you move?
no, you see me lean up against the
You
wall.
froze at one point, so I couldn't see.
Okay, so this is my question for you. I always thought a Hank was like not real. You know what I'm saying? Like not a physical being that that it was more than a spirit. It was like not even a possessed person. I thought a Hank was more like a demon.
So yeah, so it can be a demon. So that's what she said. Like these people are possessed by a Hank. So
Okay.
so the fact that whatever the thing was could speak English is wild to me.
Okay.
To be like, oh, like y'all, I ain't even messing with y'all. But
Yeah.
also the fact that it could beat up dogs is also wild.
Okay.
So like that's why I was interested. But like, yeah, so whenever you look at spiritualism, Hoodoo in particular, they use Hank in order to talk about like something that is unnatural that possesses.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So like with granddaddy saying like, oh, it was a Hank, it could be like them thinking this was a woman who was possessed by
Okay.
like a demon or something.
Okay.
Could have been a homeless person. I don't know. I don't know homeless people that can climb trees and then jump down and beat dogs. So I don't know. And it could be like, why you shot me? Like I don't know many homeless people doing that.
I don't know of anybody that's gonna be like, why you shot me
Yeah.
with
Be
red
like real
eyes.
natural and normal, just like, bro, really? That's what we doing?
But he said him and Benjamin ran so fast.
Yeah,
And and the older I got, whenever he would tell his story, it was more like this man don't even like nothing scary.
at all.
Why would he even make up this story? Because he he is scared of anything paranormal.
Mhm. But then how, like, why would he go back in the woods?
Because that was their thing. That was their thing. That's like, okay, that is like your brother that loves hunting, and he swears that there's a Sasquatch out there.
Oh, I can definitely believe that because it's a swamp.
He swears. He said that he that there was something, it was big, and it he said it was enough to scare him, and he was running through the woods, and he laid on the ground, like hid somewhere or in the water, some kind of way he was hiding, and he said he could see it,
Mhm.
and he would like held his breath so it wouldn't hear him, but he had been running. So he said, and then once it was satisfied that it didn't see him,
Mhm.
it walked away.
Mhm.
Then I said, I was like, that is not true. He's
So
my
here's what. Oh, go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No, but I was just like, I listened to him. I said, if you say it's real, then because in my head I'm like, well, is it the bear? Is it?
He knows a bear.
I know, but and would a bear have stopped, or a bear couldn't have smelt? Because he said that he was so close he could feel like the heat off of it.
Mhm.
So
So this is a cool thing. So like, I forgot what I don't know what show I was watching, but what show was that? I watch a lot of paranormal shows, but this
right,
particular show, there was this area that had high Sasquatch spotting.
sightings.
Yeah, sightings. And so they said it's been really interesting because Sasquatches, not miss anywhere, swamp monsters, whatever it is, according to the region. So like, um, I don't know if you noticed, but like the depending on what region you're in, they have different names.
Yeah, because it's Yeti, Sasquatch. Yeah,
And like here, I think we call it like a swamp monster. At any rate, that's not the point. The point is they found out that they are like, um, I don't know the word. Attraction is not the right word, but they are drawn to women. And so there was this group of women who stayed out there. But like not in a mean way. They're not going to hurt the women. They seem to be more protective and curious of the women versus them
mm-hmm.
being more afraid of the men. And I thought that was interesting because they said like, with women out there, you have a higher chance
Or
of,
get hurt.
well, like, but they're not going to hurt them.
Right.
So, and like, so that's what I thought was very interesting is that they said like these things tend to be attracted to women in a sense, like they'll come near you, but they won't harm you. Versus whenever they have an encounter with men, they will flee because they're worried about the men harming them.
Because they probably have experience with the men harming them.
Exactly. Exactly. So that's why now we got to have a camp out there.
Well, Rodney's been trying to get me to go.
I think me, you, and then Rodney's daughter should go.
Oh. But see, I need him to go because he has the RV with the AC and the
But he can lead an RV out there.
and
But if
listen,
he's
and
there, it's not gonna want to come around.
even with his
But he still smell like a man.
that is true. That is true.
You're gonna be like, even though no, ma, that's not how
But
that works.
but you know that bear is out there.
Yes, I do know that bear. And look, that bear is so unbothered by the camera. He don't bear care nothing about that. Living his best life, getting food, just thrown at
Waiting
him,
for the food to
pouring
happen.
everywhere. Yeah,
It's hey there, it's a holiday out here.
exactly.
They
But they
they
can
put this out here just for me.
I love that. But also, um, is that also where the camera was that got the orb?
Yes.
So like there has to be something out there. And it was a plain as day orb. So like I know I seen an orb in Otter Creek, but I was young. It was when we had come from the Mayo Clinic. We had just come back. It was early dawn. Pam RP was driving, and I saw with like an orange ball, but like in mid-air, just kind of bouncing. And I was like, is it someone walking their dogs? And I was like, girl, we the only ones that got dogs. Like, no one's here. And
Right.
so that's why when I saw the camera, I'm like, oh snap. So my uncle, he be sending us like the most random pictures that he gets. So that's how we know
Hmm.
about the bear. And then the orb was the recent one. And it happened
Hmm.
around the time where the drones were like happening. But like if somebody put a drone in Otter Creek, they wasting their time.
For yeah, for it, there is no reason.
There's like
No
35 people out
reason.
there. So
Hey,
like
no reason for whatever.
so
But
like
all right, so my story of the hunting camp was I was little. I was so young until Rodney was a baby laying on the seat in the truck.
okay.
Okay. So it was me and Denise and Mama, and and Daddy was hunting with I don't know who, but
Did he have one arm or two?
I don't remember.
Oh,
I
because
just
you only got one friend with one arm, so that's why.
I know, but I don't listen. I don't remember. All I remember was that uh, that he was hunting. I don't know if he was by himself or if he was with anybody, but we were bored like always. We were bored, and we were wait a minute. We were driving around, and I don't. And I mean, you know what? I don't know if Mama dropped him off in the woods, and we had to come back to the camp later
Hmm.
that night to get him to pick him
Hmm.
up. I don't know how it happened, but anyway, we got lost out there. And like I said, I had to be like 6, 7 years old. And so that means Denise was like 3 or 4. But
Hmm.
anyway, so we're lost, mama getting anxious, oh my gosh, we're out in these woods, the whole thing. And I promise you, without a doubt in my mind, something said, I'll show you how to get to the hunting camp.
Mm.
And I told mom, I said, I know how to get there. And she said, but I don't know where I said, I can tell you how to get there. And
Mhm.
so everything that the voice was telling me, I was telling her. And the next thing you know, we pulled right up at the camp.
Mhm.
And she said, how did you know? I said, because somebody was telling me how to get there.
Because I mean, and we have a cemetery with our family members out there.
Right. And that's
So
what she
like,
said. She
yeah,
said, because she said what scared her is that she thought she saw like a cemetery. And Daddy, once he came to the truck, Mama told him, she said, we saw, that Kathy heard, somebody was telling Kathy how to get there. And he said, and this is what he said. He said, y'all were probably at the cemetery and somebody probably did help y'all get there. And I was like, and I in my head now, in my grown up head now, if you felt that way, why were you always scared of it?
because he also knows that like you and grandma had a whole different energy with the spiritual realm.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Because
That's
yeah,
like David hearing something versus being you hearing something.
yeah. Okay, I get that.
So I
But
think that's
how go ahead.
no, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, so I wonder if he had that, if he had that feeling like, yeah, you know, it probably was somebody helping you when y'all were probably at the cemetery. Why was he so put off by it? You
Because that's just
know,
Granddaddy's real wheelhouse. And also you have to understand, like Granddaddy, whenever he sees any of this stuff or saw, he did. He probably seeing it all now. But like whenever he saw any of this stuff, to him it was always considered evil.
right,
You know what I'm saying? And
right,
Grandma had a completely different perspective to how, and I do too, how we see the spirit realm. So that's also for him. Like Granddad is very much like if I don't understand it, I'm not gonna mess with it.
Right.
So, especially if you can't see. And with grandmama's side of the family, I definitely think it brings in some light. But aren't granddaddy's twins out there?
Yes.
So
No, 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 no. His
where
first child is
that's what I
there
meant his first.
that
That's
died
first.
when he
Yeah.
was like, I want to say like a few months old. We
So
found the grave. But okay, so this is what I keep telling Brandon I want to go to. I want to
mhm.
go to that old cemetery because it is older than the cemetery that we found.
Oh, so that's it's not the same. There's two different.
No, there's two different cemeteries.
Okay. So,
And
well, that makes me feel better because the one we found got a lot of unmarked graves, which are sketchy.
right,
But
right. But you have to think, I mean, this is what you have to think. Back then, I mean, there's some headstones like the one that the person was in the military.
mhm,
It's out there. And then like I want to say like the older great grandmama that's out there, Elizabeth, she's out there. But they're supposed to be and that was this and they were born in like the mid 1800s. So if there are some earlier ones out there, who are they from?
that's why I was asking who do we get the land from?
All I know is that
Well, I
Daniel.
know who we bought it from,
All right.
but like
Okay,
who?
so Daniel was in the military, but he had because they weren't really selling property like that to white to black people. He
Mhm,
had a white man that he grew up with. No, he had a white man that he knew, one of like the yurdies down there.
mhm,
It's either a standard or a yurdy. I can't because Miller told me this already. But
mhm,
he had this white man, he gave this white man money and the white man bought it for him. And once he was freed from slavery, the white man handed him all of his property
oh,
over. And it was like a lot of property. I don't know
I
if
thought
it
it was
was
like
just
300 acres total.
no. In all, when we had everything, it was 600 acres.
Oh, okay, okay.
It was
Wow.
600 acres.
The kids and the grandkids definitely did a number on that.
Yes. I know that when I was a little girl, it was 300 acres.
So they had already went through half of it.
Yes.
Now they went through way more than that now.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, so I think that's also a good question to figure out like who had it.
Who's
Mm,
and that's what I want Brandon to take me to. I want to see I want to see the names, or are there any names, or are there just
mm.
what
What I'm
what
thinking of?
what?
Call some energy to talk to us out there.
Yeah. Yes, that's what and I
Yeah.
want to see, and I want to know. I know this is so funny, but or weird, but I want to know if the person that was talking to me that night, if that person will talk to me again.
Ooh. Okay, we got to do that. We got to do that. And we're not going to use no Ouija board. I don't
No,
believe in.
we don't do that.
Yeah, so we just going to come through, have our spirit team with us, rocking with whoever's on the other side
Right.
to get some answers. We're going to have all the protection up. So yeah. I think that'd be really cool because
I
I
think
haven't
it will.
stayed out there, and I've only been there during the day when the whole family was out there. But
And
I've
it's
been
too many, and it's too much other energy to pick up
mhm,
or to feel
basically children
anything.
playing around. Yep.
Yes.
I'm no better than a child because I'd be out there playing around too whenever we're out there, stumping in water puddles and stuff. But like, I would love.
I be falling on Cypress knees and trying not to be the old person that's falling on everything. Neil looked at me. He thought, "What's wrong with you?" I said, "I cannot stand up."
That's funny.
Remember
That's
when we were going back like through the woods to try to see the spring? I
mm-hmm.
could not walk to save my life because you know that like that muck is slippery.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm doing that, and he turned around and thought, "Are you okay?" I said, "I can't stand up.
But
Can't
that's why you got
stand
to
up."
wear boots. I wore my Sperry's out there, and they're not even that type of boots, but it worked.
Well, I wore, okay, listen, I don't have like any real boots. I have like these I
What you got?
look tough. I have like these look tough boots, but they really aren't.
You don't got Doc Martens?
No, David has a Doc Martens.
Oh,
I
they're
have
not really
like
like real
you're gonna
boots.
laugh when I tell you I have like these Lane Bryant I look cute boots, but
I know.
yeah, because they slip and
I
slide.
thought mine was wrong when I said Sperry's, but then you bust out with the Lane Bryant look cute. And then I was like, well, maybe I'm doing too much by saying Doc Martens. But again, you were like, they look tough.
They look tough. I wear them with my dress to church.
Yeah, no, that's different boots right now. Way different boots. So yeah. So I think that should be like one of our little like investigation moments where we
I
just
think we should.
like commune with the energy because we know it's protective because we've
Right,
never had any family members that were hurt out there.
right, right.
So yeah, that'd be interesting. Okay. I
But you
mean,
know what? Okay, so my cousin, that is the president of the family thing,
mhm.
he said something because we were talking about spiritual gifts and stuff, and he said the only thing I know that grandmama used to tell us that if you want something, you pray about it and it will happen. And I was like, why didn't see? This is the downfall you have when you have a man leading your family that don't tell you the secrets.
But see,
Because
I feel like
if his sister that lived down the road from him telling his children all you got to do is pray for it and you get it,
mhm.
I could have been a millionaire already.
I mean, what's stopping you from doing it now?
Well, I am. I have manifested this money. This money is coming.
See, I like that you use a manifestation because prior to me using all this language, you was like, "Oh my God, that's that
Oh,
hippie
wait a minute. No, no, these are your words. I
journey."
remember the journey and the manifestation. I was like, oh, here we go with this hippie talk.
And now look at you. Look at you. I ain't trying to say that part of your journey was hearing about manifestation,
You
but it
know
is.
what? I
Yeah.
am so and the metaphors are the metaphors. When you told me the metaphors are metaphoring, I was like, no, she just did not. The metaphors are metaphoring.
But yeah, so yeah, I'm excited. I think that would be really, really cool. Long as we don't go during hunting season.
Oh
Uh,
God, yes.
yeah, because we're not gonna get nothing but a whole bunch of shots in the air. So
Yes.
we're currently not in hunting season right now, so it's between now and September, right?
Yeah.
So that's
No, hunting season don't start until like the first week of November. First or
okay.
second week of November.
Well, I'm gonna be gone from like August to September, so we're gonna have to
Okay.
get on
All right.
before mosquitoes really be out here mosquitoing.
Okay, but we need to do it soon because also snakes will be crawling.
I
They're
mean,
probably already crawling.
that's how snakes get around, so they're definitely already crawling mine.
Damn, they go to hibernate. They hibernate, little
I know
girl.
mine, but they also can. They only have one. If they get around any other way, we all have problems. So I'm just putting that out there.
I mean, and listen, and I'm not like horrified of snakes, but
You
but
literally have one in your home right now that just got loose this week.
yeah, but she wasn't gonna bite and kill you,
She
like
was. She
possibly
just wanted to be the queen of the world. She was
she
like, "Let me
just
go." I never. She was agoraphobic for a long time because she was only in a cage, and she was
right.
like, "This is not going to be my ministry. I am going to conquer my fears," and she did. She did. I'm proud of her.
You know what? For the life of me, I wonder how she got up. I mean, because David has those racks. Did she like crawl up the rack?
She
Like
been
this?
practicing. I don't know how she did it. She probably been tipping out that cage for years, and she was like, "I got the core strength now. I can do it."
Is that why she stretches?
She's like, "Yeah, give me 3 more feet. We'll be ready."
Oh my goodness.
Oh
And
my
I
god.
kept telling him, I said that night when we got to bed and I laid down, you know how you could feel your body like finally drifting off to sleep?
Mhm,
So I heard something fall in that
mhm.
room. And the first thing I thought is Brandon done forgot his key. He climbing through the window.
Mhm.
And then and then about 15, 20 minutes later, because now I have moved up to the 21st century. No, probably just the 20th century. The 21st century, I now have a camera doorbell. So
Okay.
so I could hear the phone like because it
Mhm.
always lets me know when somebody's to the door. And I heard him come through the front door, and I was like, okay, that wasn't Brandon. I know that in my head, I haven't picked up on anything that's moving anything yet in the
Mhm.
house. So I'm laying in the bed. Argus doesn't even react to Brandon coming in the front door or the thing falling. He is
Mhm.
snoring. He is loud. He
Ah,
is that
I
he
got
is
my little brother working 5 days a week hauling pulpwood. He tired.
he is yeah, exactly. He is I took a picture of him this morning. He is laying like he's doing the dying cockroach position with his legs up and his feet up in the air and his head turned to the side. That's the position that he has.
That's hilarious.
So, and then then the next day, probably the next day, I'm thinking the next day or the day after, whenever David was off, he looks at the cave and I can hear him like rustling through all the stuff. And he's like, the snake is gone. I was like, the snake is not gone. He's like, it is gone. He had took it down and flipped it, going all through the. And I was like, what's going on? And he's like, she's gone. He's like, somebody done took her. I was like, no, there's nobody.
Ain't nobody like, you know what? All we need to go is just go to the room and get the
And get
snake
this snake
out.
and nothing else.
Nothing else.
Because the lady that comes here to clean, he's like, she's been here. I said, and she's scared to go in the room.
Mhm.
I said, she stays in that room as little as she possibly has to.
Mhm.
I said, she even told me I don't even look at them. I just clean and get out as quick. And she said, and if he has that door locked from the outside, that mean that ain't for me to be in there.
Amen. I
She
love
said,
that.
I don't even, and she said, I don't even clean that day if that door is locked. So I have to make sure that door is unlocked. So she will go
Mhm.
in there, at least sweep it.
That's hilarious.
And then he's like, well, Brandon. I said, Brandon does not want those snakes. He is not touching them
I
snakes.
like how David thinks that we value the snakes as much as he does.
Like, he's like, I paid, this much money. And I was like, that still don't mean nobody's like, oh, I'm gonna put this on eBay and sell this.
Right. Right. And Florida snakes are everywhere. Like you don't no one's doing that. No one's doing that in Florida.
Right. So anyway, so when he started looking, he has, because he has torn up and rearranged everything in the room, in the closet, and you know how junky that closet was,
Mhm.
everything. And then he was pulling down, getting ready to pull down the big, what is, it's like a container, the
Mhm.
container with the yellow lid.
Mhm.
He reached up there and it was there, and she
Mhm.
was up there, and he snatched his hand back because he said, I when as soon as I felt it, I knew what it was, but I didn't
Mhm.
want to be grabbing her head and she get pissed off that I grabbed her head. He
Mhm.
said, so I had to get the step ladder and get higher so I could see what part of her body. And he's like, she ain't even fight me. She was like, okay, you caught me. You got me.
Like a kid. Dang, you got me.
You got me. But anywho, so I think that we do need to go out there because I really would like to do some feeling without, like you said, without all the other energies and personalities out
Mhm.
there.
I agree. And I think that doing it, I mean, I guess Rodney can come, but like he gonna obviously take us there and leave the RV. But like I think the feminine energy would definitely get a better reception.
Okay.
Because you gotta
Any-
think like all the guys that go out there, all they do is like hunt.
and
You know what I
killed.
mean? Like yeah, it's like it's definitely more of a violent energy versus
Hmm.
like, we out there, we're like, hey everybody come get something to eat. Get the
Right.
kids, they falling in the water. Like it's definitely more of a playful, loving energy. So I think we would definitely get a different reception.
Okay. We can do that. I'm trying to think.
Now we got to
We'll
figure
have
it
to
out.
we'll have to figure out when we'll and get Rodney's child also out there with us.
Okay.
I think we'd have a good time.
I
Okay,
think
so you were talking about seeing the orbs. Do you think that those orbs have anything to do with the orbs that you kept being that I
all the
kept
pictures.
capturing on your pictures
I
when you were
definitely
younger?
think that that was ancestral energy because around that time is when I really started coming into my gift of dreaming.
Okay.
So I would not be surprised. And I was literally looking at that today. I got a message. It was a young girl. She was like, "You have been chosen to be the matriarch in your family. Look at the meaning of your name to kind of see like what your matriarch role should be in the family and like look at the purpose." And so like, my name is Danielle, and then Daniel means God is my judge, if we go Hebrew. But then
Yeah.
Daniel also was the one who interpreted the dreams for Nebuchadnezzar. So
I
like,
did not know that.
yeah. So like that's why it was like the dream realm, me, like that's my vibe, that's my thing.
Why you got a fork in your hand? What
That's
is
not a
that?
fork. This is a lighter.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a the electric lighter.
Okay.
Because for the stage. So I was like, okay, cool. But around that age is when my dreams started really like coming in really, really hard. So yeah.
Okay.
So I think that's what it was. Because I was around the age where I guess we're gonna talk about that next episode where we look at the nightmares. But the woman with the knife.
Okay. Yes.
So yeah.
Yes.
So I think that the orbs were just like ancestral energy coming in.
And also, um, years ago when the first Exorcist came out, and Mama and my older sister went to see it, and they said when they got home they saw something at the door that said come in this way,
Hmm.
and when they got in the house they said everybody was laying in the bed sleeps,
Hmm.
and my sister slept with my mama for 2 weeks after that.
But I will, so that same sister though, which is wild because of what's been in her home
Right.
and what has like protected me or called to me the first time I really heard something outside of me call to me.
Hmm.
It was also around that same age when the orb started happening.
But I remember that you would either come in the room or me and you would talk on the way to whatever, and you said that we were in the trailer,
Hmm.
remember, and you said that you had a dream, and you said you thought it was God or Jesus, and they hand you a book. You said it was like a tattered book, like an old Bible. And you
Hmm.
said they hand you a book and told you that you needed to start writing.
Hmm.
Even though you were already writing, because I used to give you journals to write ever since you were
I still
old
have my
enough to
journal.
write.
Yep, I still have
So
them.
what's the earliest one?
The earliest one, well, I don't have the earliest one. The earliest one was one you gave me, had like a little locket that came with it, a
Yes.
little lock,
Yes.
and that
Yes.
was from either second, I think it was second grade. Because I remember who
Okay.
my crush was in that one. That's why I know. But I don't have that one no more. I don't know what
Who is the
happened.
crush?
Am
Just
I
give me
even saying that
hints.
person's name?
No, just give me hints.
Who I liked in second grade?
Yeah.
Ma. I like the
Oh,
person.
was it from Otter Creek? Who you said you was gonna lose weight for?
Oh no. No, not that person. I thought you were talking about Brandon Friend who had the nice lips. The white guy.
Oh, okay, okay.
I was like, it might have been, but no, it wasn't him. It wasn't him. It wasn't him. No, no, no.
Okay.
And I liked a young man named Jonathan. You don't remember him?
No. It's fine, but we'll
I'm
talk
gonna write it
later.
in the chat. Nobody can see it but me and you.
Okay.
I felt like you heard that name everywhere during that time.
Oh my God.
See?
Yes.
Yeah. That's
Oh
why.
my. Yes. Oh my gosh.
So yeah. I
Oh
was
my good. Oh my goodness. I haven't seen that. Let me move. Let me get out of the chat because I haven't heard that name in. Oh my
I
god!
ain't even thought about that name in years until I was like, oh, I remember who I liked in that little journal. I was obsessed with that little boy.
I know. Is that
I
person even living still? Is
have
that person?
no idea. I have not. I literally have not thought about that man in years.
Because
Years.
he is a man now.
We almost 40. So yeah. But no.
Oh wow, that is too funny. Okay, so,
That's the most
um,
mom thing. Oh my God, let me get out this name.
okay, so it was also the whole time, also during the time that you used to stay up on Saturday nights and watch Nickelodeon.
Oh, I thought it was up all night.
But you used to watch Nickelodeon because remember the one night, well, me and David were sleep. We were sleeping, and I got woke up by you laughing
Uh,
so loud, laughing. And I went to the bathroom, and you were still laughing. And I went in there, and it was Lucille Ball stepping on the grapes.
oh, I know that episode. That's hilarious. Yeah.
And I was like, "What are you watching?" And you are just falling out laughing. And I was like, "They
Was
in my
wasn't I
list."
Love Lucy the first thing I laughed at when after being born? Was that what you was watching in the hospital?
I see. I don't remember that.
I thought it was a chocolate episode. Ooh.
That is too funny. I don't because you know that I never thought she was funny.
And she tickled my heart.
I know.
You don't like that type of comedy though, like slapstick comedy.
No.
Yeah.
And when I went in there and saw what you was laughing, I was like, I was like, I have watched this a million times and it still ain't funny. That it's not funny at all. But
You're
do
like,
you
it doesn't have
remember
my
the
humor.
but do you remember the night I don't know, you probably don't. The night that I was cooking ham hocks and I
I
said,
remember this night.
huh?
I said, I remember this night.
And I said, do not forget to turn these ham hocks. I won't. So I go, so, so I go to sleep because my responsible child is going to turn the ham
I'm a
hocks off.
child. She said it right. I'm a child, y'all.
But she's been an
Child.
old woman since she was born. All right, that's all I'm gonna say.
Child. Go ahead.
All right, so I'm gonna turn this off. So I'm sleeping and I am like hard sleeping because I think I worked that day. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, so I wake up from my sister screaming. She screamed my name.
Mm-hmm.
And I woke up, and when I woke up and walked outside my bedroom, the whole house is full of smoke.
Mm-hmm.
And because my responsible
Emphasis on child, y'all.
child did not turn off the ham hocks. So I go turn off the ham hocks and like, Daniel, why didn't you turn off the ham hocks? And she's like, oh, I ain't turn them off. I'm like, no, that's why the house is smoky because you didn't turn them off. So the next day, I go over to Denise's house. I don't know where Denise was living, or maybe we just talked. But anyway, so I talked to Denise,
What's she living
and
in?
huh?
Was
We
she?
were, I don't remember.
Hold on, Ma. Let me get something real quick. I'm listening
Okay.
though. I can still hear you.
Okay. So I talked to Denise, and Denise tells me that she had a bad dream that something was that we were in fire and she couldn't get to us, and all she could do is scream my name.
Yeah. And it was like at the same time
Yes, and I
this was
said,
actually
"Well,
going
what
down.
time was this?" And she said around 3 o'clock. I said, "Well, that's when I heard you screaming, and I got up."
Mm-hmm.
And I went in the house and the ham hocks and everything was smoke filled, and we opened all the doors, and because we didn't like fire. Oh, because if you remember, probably about a month or two when the fire alarm went off and
Mm-hmm.
David didn't have on no clothes and was trying
Mm-hmm.
to
Get the fire
and
out.
yes.
Mm-hmm. And I was like,
So,
what in the world?
and you remember the first Odin used to sleep in the hall, like to
And
make
fart
sure.
in part of my
Yes.
room? Yes, I do remember that.
He used to do what?
Fart in my room in front of the
No,
fan?
Danielle, he used to fart in front of everything. He would lay in front of our fan because we had an AC, but the AC really wasn't that strong.
No, it
But
wasn't.
he would fart in front of the fan, and it would wake people up out of a dead sleep. And I would think that David had farted, and David would say, "You know, I didn't do that. You know, that's Odin."
Mm-hmm.
So, but he, you know what? But I didn't think. But he was such a good protector because he would lay right in the hall.
So you can see everyone and everything at the same time.
Yes, at the same time.
And you moved his little head to get up.
Yeah.
You know you was good. He just
Yep.
popped back down.
But
Yeah.
he laid where he could watch both of the rooms.
Mm-hmm.
But
So
when she told me that she all she could do was scream, and I
mhm.
asked her, I said, "Did you scream out loud?" And she said, "I don't know if I screamed out loud or if I screamed in my dream."
So we're gonna pick this up next week because I have a similar story that happened to me recently, which is why I was late to go to my class like a
You
couple
mean
weeks.
when you decided to sleep extra to make
Yeah,
it
because I had to go back in the dream to make sure I was okay. So
okay?
that's why, and it was something similar. Ooh, my sage, girl.
Don't, hey, you what you trying to do? Burn stuff down?
No, I'm trying to think. Wow. I was ready to sage, and like the other lighter wasn't doing it, so I used a real lighter, and now there we go. She's smoke. For
I'm gonna
anyone
have
listening,
to get me some. I just don't know where to get it from.
I'll get you some. There's they now have an all black or a black owned
What?
it's called Betsy's Conjuring Kitchen in Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't went. Donna
Oh,
went and she loved it. So I'm gonna go and check it out. I was supposed to go sometime, hopefully this week, and check it out. So yeah, so we can get some sage and I'll get you some.
did
According
Donna say the woman or the person that was running it had? Does she? Is it just somebody that's trying to make money off of these people, or she?
so no,
Or
this woman is gifted, and I actually only know about her because before Donna even told me about her, there is this astrologer tarot slash medium that I watch on TikTok named Jasmine. She
mm-hmm.
did a shout out to her. She was doing like a meet and greet at this store. And Betsy is it's actually a guy who owns it actually. I'm sorry. It's a guy who owns it. But like at the store because she's friends with the guy who owns it. And so I believe the guy is also gifted, but he does hoodoo. And the Jasmine who I watch also does hoodoo. So they have sage. So
Okay.
yeah, but so next week's conversation we're gonna get into is all around nightmares.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, we've had some good ones. We've had some really
Yes, and some that reoccur, like mine, the 18.
the 18.
Yeah, like I'm gonna die when I'm 18.
Oh yeah, and you also had I like my favorite one for you is the No Country for Old Men one.
Oh God.
So we gonna learn. We gonna hear about that. That's my favorite one for you because you were so exhausted. You woke up still exhausted and mad.
Oh my gosh. So
So
exhausted. So exhausted. And I didn't even take anything to sleep. But I was like, how you gonna take this man money? You done seen him kill people. They even
Boy,
had him on
don't
TV
tell
killing people.
nobody.
Okay,
Don't
all
tell
right.
again. That's how you know you passionate. You mad talking about getting mad all over again.
How you gonna take? Oh,
All right. So just to cleanse the space so that if anyone's hearing this, want to make sure that you are not leaving with any of the energy that we've discussed, including any of our own, that you leave with the same energy you came in with, if not a better energy, and that we leave with our energy that we came in with. So this is just to purify the space. We're gonna purify you in. You see the smoke. There we go. There we go. You see the smoke. I'm gonna purify you from there. And I hope that did you just wave your hand for the smoke?
no, 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 I didn't. No, I
I
didn't.
was like, my, it's not 3D like that. I'm not like, ooh, it's everywhere. Um, and hopefully y'all will join us next week as we get to talk about some of our nightmares. And for me, mine be like too real. So I be waking up with personal vendettas. So we're gonna hear about those and then mom's
Oh
my favorite.
yes, you must tell. Don't and please don't forget about the one with the knives that you was
That's
mad
about
at
the one with
David.
the knife. Mm-hmm. Woke up mad, heated the next day. So
Six or
was that
7 years
same
old, pissed off.
night? Right, I was
I
heated.
don't want to talk to you.
You had the lady get me. I was like,
Oh my God.
I was heated.
I was
So
like, it wasn't real, baby. It wasn't real.
it was real. I felt it. I seen her. I felt her. But
Okay,
yeah,
I have to ask you before we get off. Do you have makeup on today?
no, my
Your
face is
face looks so nice.
my. It don't look like that in real life. I have a really bad breakout. I gave back in, and I have on my estrogen patch
Okay.
because I'm like, look, the way the hormones are not hormoning,
Hormoning?
they're not hormoning. That's the problem. So I
Okay.
was like, I'm throwing this estrogen patch on, and hopefully I don't get allergic reaction from it. So we're gonna see what's happening. But so yeah, so we're gonna talk about that. I'm looking forward to it. So come with your best three dreams, Ma.
Okay.
And you
Three?
can't use the Snoop Dogg dream.
That's not fair. That was a nightmare.
That was definitely a nightmare. This is all about nightmares next week, but you can't use the Snoop Dogg nightmare.
That's not fair. Okay. But I think that's one of the best. That's a good one.
That's definitely one of the best nightmares. You was like, you was so heated when you woke up from that one too.
Oh my
I get it.
gosh. I
I
was
get it
like,
from you.
how did you just go there?
So
You
yeah,
are like 12 years old.
I was like, yeah, Ma. So we know this dream ain't real, but you felt that in your soul.
I did. I really did. Oh my God. That was so, oh my gosh. Okay.
All right. So we'll see y'all next time. Y'all have a great day.
See ya.